Shalom Israel. This is the Isupk Sabbath service. Which means to Israel. All right, we're going to rise and face the east. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakavka, Faba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawal, Haya, Bashemayim, Nafananawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakinawa, Kabawafinawa, Kasalakinawa, Kabawafinawa, Wala'ah, Fabi'ainawa, Banasawan, Abol, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kiyah, Laka, Hamalakaf, Baha'alaf, Paf'araf, La'avalamium, Amen. And in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever, so be it. This is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Babakashah, Nafananawa, Hakat, La'pa'ah, Kalmakala, Kalmadawa, Hakat, Lataha, Hamatazaram, Hakat, Lahapiam, Hamafiam, Hakat, Arkawaf, Hatama'ala, Lagarishan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Fuwada Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahayam, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Waratazah, Ayafan, Lamurat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shemaka, Hanala'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yaishan, Shalma, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tizalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaraka, Wairat, Belayila, Yahweh, Yashamaka, Makarai, Yashama, Afna Pashka, Yahweh, Yashama, Taza'afka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aifat, Wa'aid, Iwalam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper, Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayam, Al-Dam Yalaka, Alpha Karash, Wa Alpha Shakwat, Al-Kayahana, Awayabika, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawada, Wa Yafa, Ya'aitazawa, Altazapawanyika, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magaya, Wala'ah, Yazaka, Shamya Sha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa Aitazawa, Laba, Yaka Adwa, Al Yaka, Bayaf, Yakarafwa, Ahalya, Adawam, Wa Yashamai, Alayam, Ma Abba, Wahagayam, Kabal, Wa Aimuan, Wa Aimalak, Palishaf, Aimishabya, Tazawa, Gam Ashawa, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanyalawa, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadyan, Kasaya Sara'ah, Kayabian, Banakol, Kayashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayanda Ra, Hayawa, the Man, La, the Ma, Shay Famwa, Nadayab Mawa, Ka'ara, Wakaza Abba, Wakazabat, Wakatazamanai, Ka Nasa Yikamwa, Asha, Amawa, Nairasha, Lanawa, Af, Na'awaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shay Famwa, Kagal Gala, Kakwash, Lapanyaraka, Ka'ash, Papa Ira, Wa Kalahaba, Falaha, Hariam, Kan, Faradatma, Basa Iraka, Wabasa, Pafka, Fabahilam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waya, Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahalwa, Ajai, Waya Kapawa, Waya Abadwa, Waya the Iwa, Kayafa, Shamka, Yahawa, the Badka, Al Yawan, Al Kaha, Arataza. Amen. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, and the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Areb and like Zayeb, yea, all the princes of Zabar and of Zalmanah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth for wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever, yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth, so be it. It's the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, wa Mayaka'ala, wa Alahayam, Matazav Ya'ah, Alawap Yahana, ha Alawapiam, ha Saranyam, ha Kutazayanyam, ha Kilayaliam, wa Akwafiam, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, for one Aman. In the English, bless you Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. The curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Some evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, like prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers in the schools. Some evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refused to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Some evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Passakumatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, and that's the space program, army, navy, air force, marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always, so be it. All right, with that, that's the prayers. Now we're about to go into. Now we're about to go into Genesis 14 and verse 7. Yeshabiim, which means be seated. So we're going to go into Genesis chapter 14 and verse 7. Bear with me. Let me get my phone so I can go into the Hebrew also. All right, bear with me. Book of Genesis. Bear with me. So like I said, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Wayaba'awa al ayan mashapat hawa'a kodash wayakawa afar kal shadar ha'aimal lakwaya wagam Afar, Ha'amaya, Hayishab, Bakatazan, Famar, Wayatazar, Malap, Saddam, Wamalak, Imara, Wamalak, Adamar, Wamalak, Abaya Yam. So lucky, you're gonna what's this one now? Abaya Yamata Bawaya. Damn right, you're gonna have to pull that word. You know the one in Genesis 14 and 8.
Yeah, but it's like it is.
That gave me brain freeze right there. That's a big word right there. So lucky.
I think it's Bakatazatazan.
Let me check. So I can see that. Are you on there?
Bakatazatazan.
Let me skip that one. But lie Hawa to Zaira Waya Ira Kawa Afam Malakama but I ma Hashad Yam Afar Kadar Rela Aima Malak Ayilam Wafadala Malak Gawayam Wa'amarapal Malak Shanara Wa'ariya Nawak Malak Alawa Araba'ai Malakiyam Malakayam Afar Hakamasha Wa'aimak Hashadiyam Ba'araf Kama Wayanaswa Malak Saddam. So that's what Saddam, right? So Saddam is Saddam. All right, Malak, king of Saddam. So Malak is king. Saddam is Saddam. Wa'ai Wayapilawa Shama Wahana Ariam Haraha Nasawa Wayakwa Afar Kal Rakash Saddam Wa'aimara Wa'afar Kal Akalam Wayalaka Wayakwa Afar Lawat Wa'afar Rakashawa Ban Akiya Abram Wayalakawa Wahawa Yashab Basadam Wayaba'a Hapaliyat Wayagad La'abaram Ha'aibaraya Wahawa'a Shakan Ba'alanya Mamara'a Ha'amaya Akiya Ashakal Wa'akiya Aina Waham Ba'ilaya Ba'ariyaf Abram Waya Shamai Abraham Kaya Nashaba Akiwa Wayarak Afar Kanayakayawa Yale Yadaya Bayafuwa Shamana Aisha.
I think so 7 verses from verse 7, right? It's up to verse 13.
Oh, so lucky. All right, I'm going to do verse Genesis 14 and verse 7 in the English. And they returned and came to Enmish, Pat, which is Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekites, and also the Amorites that dwelt in Hazazantamar,
So now it's the smote of the Amalekites. So Amalek is who today? Amalek would be your Jewish men, those that came down from Khazaria and northern places, because obviously they moved around the earth and they moved into certain territories, but they will lie and tie that the Japhet, because obviously Japhet originally inhabited Europe and most of them lands. So now they took over them Slavic lands, which is like your Russia, your Yugoslavia, and all of those things where Japhet would have been. So they will lie to you and tell you that the Japhet from what's his name, Togarmash, whatever his Japhet's son's name is, to tell you from him. But the truth is, they're descendants of Esau. They're the Edomites. So at this time, they're beefing with you got a small or the country of the Amalekites. Now here, this is with Abraham, right? I'm sure this is with Abraham.
I think you mentioned Abraham later on.
Yeah, so all right then. So now, all right, this right here is with Sodom and Gomorrah. So to our point, a question for you: how come it's mentioning the Amalekites if Amalek didn't exist at this stage? Because Amalek was born after Esau. Because people say that this is a contradiction in the Bible. So here it says smote of the country of the Amalekites. So now this is Abraham's time, and Amalek didn't exist because Amalek came from Esau. So how could they have smote if Amalek didn't exist?
Is that a prophet? Sound of prophecy.
It can't be a prophecy because it's saying to smoke them, and this was in Abraham's time.
Right, they must have took over the original one person. Can only be that.
So all right, let me. You want to give it a shot? Or
Is it a different Amalek?
All right then. So basically, when it says this, it says the smoke, the country of the Amalekites. So in modern day, it's known as the country of the Amalekites.
Right.
So you see, like basically,
it's like saying you killed all the people in Australia, but it's like not the people in Australia.
Yeah, that's what it's like saying. So it's letting you know in modern day terms, it's the country of the Amalekites. Back then, it's letting you know what you would know it of today.
Right.
For instance,
okay.
so it would be like, give me a city that's changed. Give me a city that's changed name in Manchester or something like a place which has changed name. All right, let me help you. All right, it would be like me speaking to black people and me saying, because once the time Gunchester, the country of Gunchester was full of white people or whatever. Now back then there was no such thing as Gunchester, but black people today know it as Gunchester. So they're speaking from a modern what you would know it as. So you would know it as the country of the Amalekites. So that's what it would be known as to you. So it's not a contradiction, but obviously people tell you it's a contradiction. Go ahead.
But prior to that, it was what again? So prior to
it being the country of the Amalekites, it would have been the Hamites or whoever was there.
Right.
So whoever was there, they smoked those people. But now it's the country. Like say for instance, like you see like the land of Canaan, we call it the land of Israel. So all throughout the Bible, we would say, Israel, depending who you're talking to. Some people understand it as Canaan, some people understand it as Israel. So here, that's why it said that. It didn't say the Amalekites, it said the land of the Amalekites. So it says, and smote all the country of the Amalekites and also the Amorites that dwelt in Hazazantamar. So this was when they're smiting the Hamites, but the Hamites was there at that time. But once these records was written, they wrote it as what you would know.
Right, up to date.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So now, like say for instance, the bull ring is relatively new. Before it was the bull ring, I can't remember what it was called. It was called something else. So if I wrote a book about 100 years ago, I would say, because 100 years ago, the bull ring was quiet. And the people's going to be like, 100 years ago, the bull ring wasn't there. But I'm talking from what you would understand. So that's why this is the country of the Amalekites, if you get what I mean. And also the Amorites that dwelt in Hazazantamar, and there went out the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Adamar, and the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, the same is Zoar, and they joined battle with them in the vale of Siddim, with Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam, and with Tidal, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar, 4 kings with 5, and the vale of Siddim was full of slime pits.
What does it mean 4 kings with 5? Is 5 of them in total?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's saying they all came out to battle.
Together.
Yeah, they all came out. They all joined together to battle.
Yeah.
And the valley of Sidon was full of slime pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled and fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain. So the ones that fled there, they died. The ones that survived fled to the mountain. So the mountain is like your hiding places, because you'd hide amongst the mountains, because obviously most people won't find you there. Says, and they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their victuals and went their way. And they took Lot, Abraham's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. So now they took Lot as well. This was when the war, they kidnapped Lot. 13 says, and there came one that had escaped and told Abram, the Hebrew. So the reason it says Abram, because this before the Lord changed his name to Abraham. So his name was Abram. So in the Bible, men had to work for their names, man. Like Jacob's name was Jacob. He fought with the angel. His name was Israel. He wrestled with the angel. And the angel wrestling with Jacob. Don't think that it was a close fight. It wasn't a close fight. It was, put it this way, it's like fighting with your dad. Your dad could kill you at any time, man. Your dad can kill you at any time. But obviously, sometimes your dad fights with you to see how much you got. And that's what the angel was doing with Jacob. And it shows that the angel could have killed him at any time because he touched him and just dislocated his fight that easily. Which lets you know that Jacob's fighting with all his might. Jacob's fighting with all his might and everything. And this angel's just like obviously, you know, if you're fighting with your 7-year-old child, it's not really a fight. But your child thinks, yo, I'm fighting my dad, I'm doing good. And then your dad just one move and shows you, all right, then. Same thing with Jacob. But they saw Jacob actually tried and whatnot. And it was fighting for that blessing, man. And that's what I'm saying. If you want something in life, you have to fight for it, man. Anything you want in life, you have to fight for it. Other than fighting for a woman, just don't do that because it's weak, man. You fighting for a woman that don't want you, man. Don't do that. Everything in that life fight for, but other than that, don't do that, man. It goes, and there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite brother of Eshcol and brother Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. That's some verses. Go ahead.
Question, like, you know, Abraham's house and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Were they're not known as Israelites, but were they like, who were they? They weren't heathens, isn't it?
No, there was.
There was,
yeah.
Oh, there was.
There was his servants. So if your servants says, oh, you wonder why they got circumcised and stuff.
There's that as well, but like I thought it was like, you know, when they left and they took Abraham, his nephew, the man, took like other family members rather than the other nations, type of thing.
Now Abraham had servants, and if it's your house, like say for instance, in your house, there's certain rules that you have in your house. So the same way Abraham made these servants get circumcised is the same way in your house. You will tell your servants you're not going to be a homosexual, you're not going to eat pork, you're not going to do this. There's certain rules that we set in place, and they have to follow them. And that's why Abraham made them get circumcised also, because it's his house, he's in charge. Like say for instance, you're in the House of England right now, and you have to follow their rules. Their rules is every business is closed on Christmas Day. Whether you're a slave or not, businesses is still closed on Christmas Day because you have to follow their rules. So that's all it is with Abraham. Like whatever rules Abraham had in his house, they had to follow them. The servants had to follow them, and that's right because you don't want to be living one way in your house and your servants is embracing Islam in the house. That way it's going to be insane. Everything's closed down on this day. Nothing's moving on the Sabbath, and they're trying to move on the Sabbath. So you need to, whatever rules your house goes by, your servants would follow those rules. Also, same like we had to follow our slave masters' rules. We didn't believe in no Christian God, but we sure had to go to church on a Sunday because that was their beliefs. So yeah, that's all it is. Go ahead.
Book of Genesis chapter 14 and verse 14. Waya Shemai, Abaram, Kaya, Nashabah, Akyawa, Wa Yarak, Hanaya Kayan, just like it. Hanayak Yawa, Yala, it's like it. Ya Layadya, Bayathwa, Shamana, Aisha, it's like it. Shamana, Aishara, Wa Shalash Ma'awath, Waya Radat, Aid Dan, Waya Kalak, Ilahayam, La Yala, Hawa'a, Wa'ibad Yawa, Wayakam, Waya Pam, Id, Kawaba, Asha, Masha Ma'al, Ladashak. It's like Ladamashak. Verse 16. Wayashab Ath Kal Harakash Wagam Ath Lawat Akyawa Wa Yarakashwa. It's like Wa Rakashwa Hashayab Wagam Ath Hanashiam Wa'ath Ha'aim. Verse 17. Wa Yataza'a Malak Saddam Lakwa Ra'ah. Okay. Lakwa Ra'athwa Akaya Shawabwa Mahakwath Ath Kada La'ima Wa'ath Hamalakyam, the kings, Ashar, Athwa, Al Aimak, Shawa'ah, it's like Shawa, Hawa'ah, Aimak, Hamalak, Wa Malakya, Tazadak, Malak, Shalom. So this is the king of righteousness, the king of peace. Wa, it's like ha wa taza. It's like hawa tazayaa lakam wa yayan. Yayan means wine, right? Yayan. Wa hawa kahan, priest. Laal il yawan. Waya it's like it. Waya barakawa, and he blessed. Waya ama, so, and he blessed him, saying, more. Barawak, blessing. Abaram Laal, Il Yawan. Quana, Shamyam, Wa Arataza, Waba Rawak, Il Yawan, Ashar, Magan, Tazayak, Bayadak, Bayadka, let me see. Yeah, Bayadka in your hand, Wayathka, it's like Wayathan, which is to give. Ma'aisha or Ma'aisha Ra, to give a tenth. Yep. Makal, so that's a tenth of all you have, so that's tithes, and that's what it's talking.
That sounds like that sounds like what Melchizedek came.
Yeah, that's
Melchizedek must have came.
Okay, book of Genesis, chapter 14 and verse 14. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants.
Wait, he did what?
He armed his trained servants.
Abraham didn't go on his knees and pray like a Christian, man.
Right.
He said he armed his trained servants. Listen, a trained servant means someone who trains, man, which means Abraham was a man that knew about war.
That's
the
right.
Reason the reason you know they knew about war is because they was trained servants.
That's right.
Meaning what was the training for, man? Because they knew sometimes certain things could arise.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a man that, learns a kickboxing skill or whatever, because he knows one day he could get into something. That's why you train. Now, if everything was all roses and everything was all beautiful, these men wouldn't be trained servants.
Right.
There's always been war and different nations on the earth, man. So much that in Abraham's day, he had trained servants. Why? Because he's a rich man and he knows people are going to come and try and steal his goods. Right. And how do you deter people from stealing your goods? Having armed men, security and so forth. Go ahead.
Born in his own house.
Born in his own house. These men were born in his house. Go ahead.
318. And pursued them unto Dan.
And pursued them unto Dan. So when it says pursued them unto Dan, that's talking like about the land of Dan, right? Mm-hmm. So pursued them unto Dan, but this is before Dan was born. So this is the same thing.
The same thing, right? That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, so this is the same thing. Pursued them unto Dan. So people are thinking, Dan weren't even alive at this time. That's what you know it as. Like, say for instance, this building is known as the school of this building right here is known as that Israelite. We call it the Israelite school. But now 100 years ago, this would have been called something else. It was a bakery or something. Now, if I'm speaking to someone, I'd say, yeah, because 100 years ago, yeah, you see where we got the Israelite school. All the mother shops around there was open.
Right.
And then in writing, people say 100 years ago, there was no Israelite school there. It was a bakery. So yeah, so
it's slightly speaking in the present and the past tense. Is that right, or just present tense?
So well, it is speaking of the past, but with a modern perspective of what it's known as today. So today, like today, this it would be known of the land of Dan because they've been there so long.
Right.
So we always do that. Like, say for instance, let's say there's one food shop there and it closes down and it becomes a closed store. Right. We still call it the name of the food shop. Yeah. So we'll be like, yo, meet me by Bing's or whatever, even though it's not called Bing's no more. Someone will be like, I either might read and it will be like, yo, Bing's has been closed down for 100 years. So how's he calling it Bing's if Bing's has been closed for 100 years and he's only 20 years old?
And that's the other way of basically like past tense. We're using past tense of place to up to date or up to date for past tense of place type of thing.
So that's just how black people talk. So that's how black people talk. We still use we either use new names or old names, and we do that with everything.
After this, and he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them.
And now they went to war and smote them. Go ahead.
And pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot.
And he brought back all the goods. So all the goods they had taken, Abraham and his men slew those Hamites, brought back all the goods, and brought back Lot because they kidnapped Lot. So he also brought back Lot, his brother-in-law, his nephews. Okay.
And also brought again his brother Lot and his goods, and the women also, and the people.
And Abraham saved the day, man. Abraham was the hero of the day. He came and saved Lot and brought back all the people that was taken by those Hamites. Go ahead.
And the women also, and the people. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's dale. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God.
And Melchizedek had no beginning and no end, because why? Melchizedek he appeared on the earth. So Melchizedek appeared on the earth. So this is how we can be priests today after the order of Melchizedek. Because people tell you only Levites can be priests, but Melchizedek, that's why in the New Testament it tells you Melchizedek had no beginning. No, and Melchizedek wasn't a Levite, man. Right. Melchizedek was the priest that came and took tithes. Right. So they'll say, you can't take tithes, you're not a Levite. And you just say, well, what about Melchizedek, man? Right. You say, show me where Melchizedek was a Levite, and they won't be able to show you it. But Melchizedek came, and Abraham paid them tithes. Go ahead.
Right. And so that go ahead. The Levites paid tithes through the seed of Abraham.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it says in the
exactly.
Well, another thing I was going to say as well, it says that Melchizedek took what? Bread and wine. See that? So we can drink wine.
Yeah, of course.
What's Melchizedek doing with wine?
Yeah, man, of course, man. Wine is part of the Sabbath service, man.
Right.
Wine is part of the Sabbath service. And Christ said, yo, I'm not going to drink it new with you until I'm in the kingdom. Now, in the Bible, there's a scripture where it says, don't drink. So people be like, yo, why do you teach class and drink alcohol? Like, are you allowed to drink alcohol when you're teaching class? So what does the scripture mean when it says don't drink?
Well, if you can't handle or if you're drunk, how can I put it now? If you if you're a drunkard,
an alcoholic,
then you shouldn't drink.
No, but I'm saying if you're teaching class, should you drink alcohol? Can you drink Scotch and E&J while you're teaching class?
You can.
So why does the scripture say don't drink?
Do you know where it says that?
Hold on, let me see if we can find it.
I saw this class. I know General Muhammad wrote this down.
Hold on, let me see if we can find it. Bear with me. I ain't seen that precept in forever. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, give me Leviticus chapter 10 and verse 8. I believe it's that one. Hold on, let me see if it's.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 10 and verse 8. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, saying, do not drink wine nor strong drink, thou nor thy sons with thee, when ye go into the tabernacle of the congregation, lest ye die.
So does that mean?
So when you go into the tabernacle, there's a bit more to it than that.
So it goes, do not drink wine nor strong drink.
Is it when?
So it says don't drink wine, but then as part of the Sabbath service, it tells you to drink wine. So
is it when you go into like the holy of like the you know that bit where only one priest can go in?
You know, let me help you out. When it says don't drink wine or strong drink, it means don't be drunk. That's all it means. It's like when the oppressor says go ahead.
You know what I said before? Like if you just don't be drunk, don't be drunk.
Yeah, that's what it means. It means don't be drunk. It's like when the oppressor says to you, don't drink and drive. Does that mean you can't have a drink? There you go. So that's all it is. Like the oppressor will say, yo, don't drink strong drink and drive. That's what it will say. What it's saying is, don't be drunk. You can have a strong drink, but don't be drunk. Don't be over the limit. The same thing here. Because now, don't drink and drive. He didn't specify what not to drink. So does that mean you can't drink water while you're driving? Everyone has the understanding of what the oppressor's talking about when he says don't drink and drive. But now, when it comes to the Bible, nobody understands. So yeah, they don't understand it.
That's the one, right? And he did command in general, not General Muhammad. Sorry about maybe 2 years, a while ago, still. But yeah, I'm watching that.
So yeah, that's what it means. It just means don't. It just means don't be drunk.
That's it.
Because listen, you see the brothers here. They have that scotch or whatever it is.
Exactly.
And listen, whatever we do is right. So that's how you know it don't mean what they say it means.
Right.
It means don't be drunk. Because why? In the New Testament, hold on, let me get one more. Bear with me. Get me 1 Timothy 5 and 23. This is the one I want.
1 Timothy 5 and 23. Okay, 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 23. Drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach.
It says drink no longer water. Does that mean you can't drink water?
No.
See? So now whenever someone says to you, you can't drink alcohol, you just get this. You say, well, I can't drink water either.
What was that? 2 Timothy what?
6, 5 and verse 23.
Listen, I'm drinking water right now. That said drink no longer water. Does that mean you can't drink water? Read that one more time.
Drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake.
It's just telling them, look, man, drink wine for your stomach's sake, for your infirmities. Like sometimes you could be nervous. A little bit of wine will help you out a little bit.
That's right.
Sometimes they call it the courage juice. You don't want to overdo it. Right. Sometimes you need wine, man, because water ain't gonna help you how wine will. Right. He ain't saying don't drink water at all. He's saying, look, man, don't drink that. It's like you having a bottle of water. I say, no, man, don't drink that water, man. Have a shot of this. That don't mean I'm saying don't drink water never again. Right. But what it is, they don't understand context. Right. And that's the problem.
And there's a precept also which says about if someone's if you're down, if you're a bit depressed, if you're a bit down, give them a drink.
The thing is, with black people, they overdo that. Give them a drink. Well, it is that don't say get drunk until you vomit and do the same thing again in the morning. Yeah. Black people read that and go AWOL. Like we need to realize you can have alcohol and you can know when to draw the line. Right. While it is with us, we have fun, but we go past, we go beyond. Yeah. Whereas most black people can't go out and not get drunk. They have to be so drunk they don't know how they got home. Whereas you should be able to drink and be like, all right, then the room's tilting a little bit. Let me slow it down a bit now. Let me just come back to my set, slow it down a bit. But we don't stop until it's like someone that keeps eating, they get full and they keep eating and eating and eating. It's like a man that's a glutton that keeps eating and eating and eating. Sometimes you have to know, all right, that's enough, let me stop now. Let's look, you go there.
Go back to Genesis.
So, okay, what was that as well? Peter, what?
1 Timothy 5 and
Timothy
23.
5 and 23?
So, Lucky, what's them comments on Lyra Arbon? I can't really see them from here.
Felicity, Shabbat Shalom. Ira saying to like said the scripture was not allowed to cry for those two men. Meaning normally I don't know.
Oh, I know what he's on about. Ira, you're on about those men that sent up the burnt up the wrong incense. So those two men burnt up the wrong incense. You know, the Lord says He wants to. So those meant to send up certain incense. They sent up a strange smell, meaning they burnt something the Lord didn't tell them to burn, and the Lord killed them. Now there was a verse where they wasn't meant to cry for those men. The Lord said, "Don't cry for them." I believe that's the one. It's Lucky. Go ahead.
Some troll James Mitchell.
Wow, is James Mitchell saying we're wasting our time?
Yeah.
James Mitchell, if we're wasting our time, you're wasting yours too watching us. I mean, you're wasting your time watching us if we're wasting. While it is we're wasting your time, not ours. So, okay, go ahead.
That's about it. Genesis 14, it was in 19. And he blessed him and said, "Blessed be Abraham of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be the Most High God, which had delivered thine enemies into thy hand." And he gave him tithes of all.
And he gave him tithes of all. So when people say tithes is fruit, here it says he gave tithes of all, meaning he gave tithes of everything he had, tithes of all. So whatever spoils Abraham got, coins, animals, meat, whatever he got, he gave Melchizedek tithes of all, and tithes is a tenth. So let's say he made 100 grand. He gave Melchizedek 10 grand of that, man. He gave tithes of all. And this is why it's important to pay your tithes. Paying your tithes is brotherhood, man. Because guess where your tithes goes? To a man that can't afford to eat. Now, if you're making all that money and you don't pay your tithes to the Lord, really, you hate your brothers, man. The Bible says your heart is, your treasure is where your heart is. Now, if your heart was in a good place, if you really did serve the Lord, you would pay your tithes. If you really had brotherhood, you would really pay your tithes, man.
That's right.
How do I know this? Because before I was in the UPK, I watched Captain Mashot cut me till I almost cried about tithes. This before I was in the UPK, I used to be like, I ain't giving my money nowhere. It's like, 10% is mine. I remember, and then funnily enough, I was watching classes and I've seen Captain Mashot on there. He goes, "Yo, if you ain't paying tithes, you ain't worth the air in your lungs." I'm sitting there like, I'm trying to turn it off because I don't want to hear that part because I'm saying, shit, this is my money. I'm trying to turn it off. And then I realized, look, man, pay your tithes, man.
That's right.
This is what you do. As soon as you get paid, pay your tithes straight away, man. It makes life easier. Don't sit there mad at it thinking, yo, I've made 2 grand now, I have to give 200 of this over. You know what I could do with that 200? You could be dead, man. How about that? How about you could do nothing with that 200 because you could be dead? You pay your tithes to the men of the Lord. And this is what you do, man. Don't worry about where it's going. Just know this is the home of the truth. Listen, we could listen. The general could put your money, could burn your money if he wants, man.
Right.
It could take your money and burn your money to keep warm if he wants, man. It's none of your business. Your job is to just pay your tithes, not to worry about where your tithes goes, not to worry about what is spent on. Your job is to pay and don't ask no questions, man.
Right.
You do what the Lord said and don't ask no questions. You're questioning something that you don't need to know the answer to. Where your tithes goes is none of your business. You're just instructed to pay your tithes. Don't start letting that spirit jump on you that I must ask where it goes and blah 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 blah. Don't do that, man. Just pay your tithes. So go ahead.
What's funny is like because when I came into the UPK, I wasn't paying no. Before that, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't paying no tithes. But I've been to church where your woman gives money to the puts money in the collection every time that comes around on a Sunday and on a Wednesday and all that. And you're there and you know it's going in there. And I'm thinking after that, I was like, I didn't want to pay no tithes in it. When I came into the truth and I heard you have to pay tithes, I just kind of looked back in it and I was like, you know what? It makes complete sense, man. How else are we gonna build anything? How else? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? What I realized is I was just putting my money in the wrong place.
There you go.
Christian church ain't the right place because nothing is done to our neighborhood, nothing is done to our people, no benefits whatsoever. But like you just said, this is the home of the truth, and that's what I realized as well. At the time, I thought, you know what, boom, straight into him, and that's what it was about. So yeah, I had to check, you know what I mean? I had to kind of come to that understanding as well at the time. Yeah.
That's it. Listen, people say what they want about us, but listen, We in the UPK and we see what this school does for black people, man.
That's right.
What don't you see the food drives? You think that's free?
Right.
Don't you see the food drives? Clothes and stuff's paid for.
Right.
The general will house brothers and all of those kind of things.
That's right.
Listen, people saying, "Oh, the UPK take money and did it." Listen, man, you ain't watching what we really do. Listen,
Right.
I'm in the UPK and I know that brothers and sisters is taken care of in here, man. You can't tell me no. You can't tell me nothing else. All those people telling you all these things, they're lying, man. Because we actually in here and we know that business gets taken care of. So don't let them lie to you. Just look, you go ahead.
That was it on that.
That was it on that. It's lucky you're able to just hold down this prayers. I just got a phone cap. You got to roll out, you know. Got to roll out, you know. Hold on.
Okay, so wherever face the east.
Madiam,
Wapanya, Hakodam.
Madiam, Wapanya, Hakwadam.
So lucky, tell them that we got Leicester.
Also, okay, we got a Leicester class today from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It'll be online on our YouTube and our Facebook. It'll be live in Leicester at the Caribbean Center, Maidstone Road. I think it's LE20UA. You know what I'm saying? If you're in Nottingham or Leicester surrounding areas, you're in Birmingham, pull up to the building, pull up to the class, ask all your questions. You know what I'm saying? Captain Mashak will be there teaching a heavy class. All right. So make sure you tune in. All right, and with that, good.
What is it again? Lapanya.
Wapanya. So
Wapanya.
Wapanya Hakoda.
Amadiam, which means to stand. Wapanya, which means
face.
turn and face. Akwadam, the east.
Okay. I'm going to start with the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kudash. Hayah. Shamkar. Yahweh. Malakwika. Sabbath. Ratizaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'a Ratizah. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Lathandanawa. Lakam. Cow. Yawam. Wasalaknanawa. Kawawathnawa. Kasalaknawa. Kawawathinawa. Wala'a. Tabia Anawa. Banasaya 1. Abal. Hawashainawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Lakar. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahathapara. La'aiwalamya.
Aman. And in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this bread. Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us of our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
And
lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom. And the power.
And the glory.
So be it. Forever.
So forever.
So be it.
All right, the prayer for Hakak, the power, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai,
Yahweh. Go ahead. Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahushai, Baba Kusha, the Thandanawa, Hakak, Lara Pa'ah, Kalmakala, Wakalmadawa, Hakak, Lataha, Hamatazariah, Hakak, Lahakwiyam, Hamathiam, Hakak, Al-Kawa, Atama Allah, the Garashan, Bahashem Yahushai, the Water Aman.
And in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
Please.
Give us the power.
The power
to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
The
power to cleanse the lepers.
The
power to raise the dead.
The
power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
Psalms 121. Asha'a Ayanya.
Asha'a Ayanya.
Al-Hahariam.
Al-Hahariam.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Isaiah.
Azariah.
Isaiah.
Azariah.
Ma'aim.
Ma'aim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Galka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamaka.
Maka.
Hanala'a.
Anala'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawama.
Shawama.
Yasha'ala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamaka.
Maka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Zalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyamka.
Yamyamka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ayakaika.
Ayakaika.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Ayayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamaka.
Yashamaka.
Makal Rai.
Akal Rai.
Yashama.
Yashama.
Athnapashka.
Akapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashama.
Yashama.
Taza'afka.
Taza Afka.
Wabawa Aka.
Bawa Aika.
Wa'aitha.
Aika.
Wa'aid Awalam.
I will love.
Amen.
Amen. And in the English, Yahweh, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor
shall
sleep.
neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is the shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is the shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming
from
in.
this time forth
This time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Aldamayalaka.
Aldamiyalaka,
Althakarash.
Alta Karash,
Althashakwat.
Alta Shakwat,
Al.
Al,
Kayahana.
Yahana,
Awayabyaka.
our Yabyaka,
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawat,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka.
Imaka,
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Ira Yamwa,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayatha Ya'itazawa.
Wayatha, Yaitazawa,
Altazapa Wanyaka.
Alta Zapa Wanyaka,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanakakira.
Wanyakakida,
Magaya.
Agaria,
Wala Aya Zaka.
Wala Aya Zakah,
Sham Yasha'al.
Sham Yasha Allah,
Iwada.
Awada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa.
our Aitazawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka.
Ayaka,
Baryak.
Baria,
Yakarathwa.
Yakawafwa,
Ahalya.
Ahalia,
Adawam.
Adawam,
Wa Yashamai Alayam.
Wayashama Alia,
Mawa Abba.
our Abba,
Wa Hagaria.
Bahagaria,
Gabal.
Abba,
Wa I'm a one.
I'm a one,
Wa I'm a lot.
I'm a lot,
Palashah.
Alisha,
I'm Yashabia.
I'm a Shabia,
Tazawal.
that's a wall,
Gum Ashawal.
Ram Ashawa,
Alawa.
Alawa,
I'm
I'm Mam,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Zarawai.
Sarawai,
Labanya Lawat.
Banya Lawat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aishalaha.
Ashalaha,
Kamadia.
Amadia,
Kasaya Sara'ah.
Kasaya Sara'a,
Kayabyan.
Ayabia,
Banaka.
Banaka,
Koyashwan.
Wayashwa,
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa,
Ayanda Arab.
Ayanda Ara,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Daman.
Dama,
La Adama.
Adama,
Shayathamwa.
Shaya Thamwa.
Kal Nasaya Kamwa.
Did I miss something?
So La Adama.
Ladamaka,
Shayathamwa.
Shaya Thamwa,
Nadaya Mawa.
Nadaya Mawa,
Ka'irab.
Ka'ira,
Wakaza Abba.
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Bak.
Wakaza Bak,
Wakata Zalmanai.
Kaltazal Manai,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa.
Aldasaya Kamwa,
Asha.
Asha,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Naya Rasha.
Irisha,
Nanawa.
Anawa,
Ath.
Ah,
Na'awa.
Na'awa,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayathamwa.
Shaya Thamwa,
Kagalala.
Gagala,
Kakwash.
Akwash,
Lapanya Raka.
Panya Raka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Tabaira Ya'ira.
Aba Ira, Ya'ira,
Wakala Haba.
Wakala Haba,
Talahat.
Salahat,
Hariam.
Hariam,
Khan.
Khan,
Taradapma.
Aradapma,
Basa Iraka.
Asa Irika,
Wabasawa Pathka.
Abasawa Pafka,
Tabalaham.
Abalaham,
Mala'a.
Mala'a,
Panyaham.
Panyaham,
Kwalawan.
Palawan,
Wayaba Kwashwa.
Ayaba Kwashwa,
Shamka.
Shamka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa,
Wayaba Halwa.
Ayaba Alwa,
Ayya
Ayda Ay,
Wayakapawa.
Yakapawa,
Waya Abadwa.
Abadwa,
Wayada Iwa.
Yada Iwa,
Kaya Atha.
Kaya Atha,
Shamka.
Shamka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Labadka.
Badka,
Al Yawan.
Ayawan,
Al Kalha Arataza.
Alka'a Arataza, Aman.
Selected.
And in the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make it tumult.
thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up their head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against
Consulted against
thine hidden
thy
ones.
hidden ones.
They have
They
said,
have said,
Come,
come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation.
that the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more
maybe no more
in
in
remembrance.
remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederates against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the
and
Ishmaelites
the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Agarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
the Baal and Ammon,
the Baal and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the
the
Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also
Asher also
has joined with them.
joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them,
as unto the
and
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
to Jabin,
at the brook of
at
Kison,
the brook of Kison,
which perished
which perished
at Endor.
at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make thy nobles like a reb,
Made their nobles like a
and
red,
like Zeab.
and like Zayab.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as the
all
Baal,
their princes as the
and
Baal,
as
and
Zalmunna,
as Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God
the houses of God
in possession.
in possession.
O my
All
power,
my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire,
as a fire,
burn up the wood,
burneth the wood,
and as the flame,
and as the flame
setteth the mountains on fire.
set the mountains on fire.
So persecute
So
them
persecute them
with thy
with
tempest,
thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy
with
storm.
thy storm.
Fill their faces with
Fill
shame,
their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
are the Most
art
High
the Most High
over all the
over
earth.
all the earth.
Thank you always.
Always
So be it.
so be it. The blessings, Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayaka Allah,
Bamiyaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim,
Wa Alahayim.
Matazab Ya'ah,
Tazab Ya'ah.
Ala Wap Yahana,
Alawak Yahana.
Ha Ala Wapya,
Ha Alawapya.
Ha Saranyam,
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Quatazayanyam,
Ha Patazayanyam.
Ha Kayayalyam,
Ha Kalalalyam.
Wa Ha Aquathiam,
Ha Aquathiam.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem Yahweh
Wa
Shai,
Hashem Yahushai.
Wa Aman.
Wada Aman. And in the English, bless you Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahweh
and
Shai.
Yahweh Shai,
And Michael.
and Michael,
And the angels.
the angels,
Commanding General Yohana.
commanding General
The
Yohana,
captains. The captains.
the generals,
The generals.
the generals,
The captains.
the captains,
The officers.
the officers,
The
the
troopers.
troopers,
And the sisters.
and the sisters,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh
in the
Shai.
name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always. So
Always,
be it.
so be it. The curses.
Unto Khan, me yet? Khan, blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh
in the
Shai.
name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now,
Listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils
And evils,
and curses
curses,
and punishment
punishment,
and destruction
destruction
to the heathens
to the heathen
that speak against
that
us,
speak against us,
thy prophets,
our prophets,
the teachers,
teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite
the
brothers,
Israelite brothers,
and the school.
and the schools,
Send evils
and evils,
and curses
curses,
and punishment
and punishment,
and
and
destruction
destruction
to the
to
heathen,
the heathen,
and shake
to
loose
shake loose
the
the
treasures
treasure
of the rich of
of
Israel
the rich of
that
Israel
refuse
that refuse
to give to the
to
school,
give to the school,
force their riches,
force their riches,
to enter into thy
to
sanctuary,
enter into thy
send
sanctuary,
evils
send evils,
and curses
curses,
and punishment
punishment,
and destruction
destruction
to the
to
Edomites
the Edomites
and the
and
nations
the nations
and their drug
and
dealers
their drug dealers,
and their court system,
court system,
the prison
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our
all
enemies,
the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues
the
and
Roman
armies,
Catholic
the
Church,
Roman Catholic
the
Church,
Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux
Ku
Klan,
Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads,
skinheads,
Posse Comitatus,
Costa
the Gay Movement.
gay movement.
So let's remove it.
the lesbian movement,
lesbian movement,
spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program,
Army,
Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels, convict the spirits of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathens that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro throughout the earth, and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media and throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you always. And so be it.
The first bless Israel, Yahweh,
Bahashem Yahushua,
Barak Lanawa, Waya Sha'ala, Wahab Yat Sapariam, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magan, Agan. Say the name of all those ones. All Israel, Bahashem Yahushua, the water Aman. And what we just said was Yahweh in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel and the school, bless, heal, shield, protect all our loved ones and all Israel in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, and so be it.